So, hello and welcome to Kitely. It's Lynn here from the Learn English Network. And as you can see, if you read the message on the forum, we're at the farm. Because today we're going to look at the vocabulary challenge number. Any guesses? 88. You're welcome, Shiny. Can you hear us, Shiny? Can we hear you? Excellent. Good, good, good. So, this is good because Abu was on his own yesterday. Abu, everyone can hear me, and I can hear everyone. It seems that there is still an issue with your mic settings. Okay. We had all sorts of fun yesterday. We ended up in Kitely, then Discord, then Skype. My main piece of advice for everybody is that close things down. Close your everything but what you need for this session, which generally is just Kitely. It's much safer, so that you're saving your bandwidth. But anyway, can anybody remember what vocabulary challenge 88 was about? And I think
it's about vegetables.
Yeah, vegetables. What kind of vegetables?
For the salad.
Roots and leafy.
Fruits? I don't remember.
Winter.
There was fruit.
Interesting. Do discuss, Nina and April. I'm not saying anything.
I think it's just to do salad because I don't remember there is fruit in the picture.
So Nina heard fruit.
Or do salad.
Nina.
What about the potatoes? The potatoes is
Sweet potatoes, carrots.
Potatoes is under the ground. And pastinak. Oh,
Okay.
What is that? Pastinak.
Oh yeah.
That's Dutch. That's German as well, actually. April. Nina heard fruits. Fruits.
Fruit? When did I say fruit? Roots.
Have you figured out what?
Roots.
Yeah, she didn't say fruits, although I heard fruits too. Yes, I heard fruits. Shiny heard roots. And that's where the fun... Oh, we've got a great Aladdin. Hi, Aladdin.
Hi, Aladdin.
So, I think what you meant to say was leafy vegetables and root vegetables.
Root. Okay.
Root.
I misunderstood that. I think
No,
I
heard
fruit.
fruit too. I heard fruit too. Honestly, I heard fruits, but I knew what April meant. And when you said fruits as well, I thought let's let them argue it out. Okay, good. So root vegetables, leafy vegetables, both of them winter winter vegetables. Okay, winter vegetables. Now we're not in winter here. I don't want winter back. So, but these vegetables, I think some of you found them a little difficult. I noticed somebody cheating on Skype and asking for help, which amused me somewhat. So let's just.
I asked for help.
I know. I didn't say who.
For dope. Please help me. What is it?
I I wasn't going to say who it was, but I did laugh when I saw it. It's fine. It's great, actually. Get
Okay.
everybody involved, ask for help. It's not a test, it's not an exam, there's no cheating. So I really liked that. I thought, good for you. You show some initiative.
Okay.
So let's talk about these root vegetables. They're really quite difficult for people because they're not the sort of fruit and veg that you get in your standard pictures and vocabulary lists. And in some countries, they're not even something you eat. The sweet potato, for example, that's quite new. When I was a child growing up, there were no such things as sweet potatoes in the shops because we didn't grow sweet potatoes in the UK. It's more of a Caribbean root vegetable. Oh, I'm just trying to find the... not for you. April, what does that mean, not for you? Difficult, not? Or sweet potatoes,
No.
not?
Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes is just a casual, a common uh, vegetable in Indonesia.
Ah, in
We eat
Indonesia,
it.
yeah. Not in the
Yeah,
UK.
but I was there. I was grown up. I was grown up there.
Mhm.
Or I have
No, I
been
grew up
grown up.
there.
I
I
grew up there. I
grew...
grew up there. So that's for us. It's like potatoes. We don't eat potatoes actually. The usual potatoes like here. Uh, we eat sweet potatoes as snacks. We bake that. Not bake. Fried. We fry that. We make a cake from that. I've a lot of things, and that is more better. It's better, much better than the taste. The taste is much better than. But it was in the past. Nowadays, it's not the same. I think even better.
Well, that's what we're going to actually read about today. But before we do that, before we actually read about it, um, were there any other vegetables that you'd never heard of, or you don't have that in your country?
A lot of them, I think. In uh, in 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 Belgium, we have almost all, but I don't know them all because I don't really like some
Ah,
veggie there. Yeah, because after just the day after I wrote the vocabulary, I I wanted to prepare a meal,
hmm,
and the which one was that again? The fennel. A fennel is one of the veggie in that meal. So I never eat that. Maybe by accident, but I never prepare that. So I think, okay, I have read that in the vocabulary challenge, and I wrote that, and I will try. So I bought it, and no way, I don't like that. I don't
really?
like that. I don't know why. Really, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, oh,
uh,
sorry, Shiny. I didn't mean to run you over. Oh dear. Oh gosh, Nina's crashed, I think. It's going to be one of those sessions again, I'm afraid. So I'm just trying to get some of them. Okay, I don't have everything, of course.
I'm surprised that my voice is okay because I think,
It's very clear.
it would be, yeah, it will be robotic, I think, or I can't open the Kitely because I have now download speed of not even 3 Mbps,
Oh, it's
but the
still doing
upload,
that to you. Oh my goodness.
yeah, until Sunday.
Gosh. Okay. Okay, so here we have some cabbages and some pumpkins. Again, pumpkins, we've talked about them before in Halloween sessions, but they weren't around when I was young. Um, Not even Halloween pumpkins, and then suddenly they're everywhere. Cabbages were always around. Cabbages are very staple diet. But some of these vegetables are considered in Germany to be just for animals. So, for example, the turnip. The turnip in Germany isn't considered fit for human consumption. It's fed to pigs and other animals. Was there, Shiny, I know you didn't do the challenge, but is there anything on that list that's completely new to you? Oh, Shiny, you did do the challenge, sorry. Was there anything on that list that was completely new to you?
Not at all, but we seldom eat celery roots and parsnip.
Okay, parsnips, yes, because you wrote carrots first and then parsnips. Nina, hi, welcome back, Nina.
Thank you. So sorry, guys.
It's okay, this happens. I can't help you, I can't rescue you, that's the only thing.
I would like to say sweet potatoes is common here in my city, but in other color, it's red, no yellow.
Yeah, in England too, it has a red skin, um, sweet potato. And it's much more common
Yeah,
now than it
exactly.
was. Once upon a time, it was very rare, but it is much more common now. Okay? And in fact, you can get sweet potato crisps, you can get sweet potato mash, sweet potato chips.
Sounds
Sweet potatoes everywhere.
yeah.
Celery is very common in the UK, but it's a bit different for some people. When they see it in the UK, it's always white because it's grown underground. In Germany, it grows above ground and it's green. So the first time I saw celery in Germany, I was quite shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, it's green, because they grow it above ground, which is a bit odd. And do you know when in the UK we eat parsnips and Brussels sprouts? There's a particular time of year that we eat parsnips and Brussels sprouts. Any ideas?
I eat Brussels sprout almost the whole year, Lynn.
Do you?
Whenever I want.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, in Germany it's available all the whole year round. It's very much a winter vegetable in the UK because you shouldn't harvest Brussels sprouts until after the first frost. Normally you avoid frost on plants, but for some reason Brussels sprouts taste better after the first frost. So it's a real winter veg. Not Thanksgiving Day, I said in the UK. We do not celebrate Thanksgiving Day in the UK. That is an American tradition. I don't like to eat what's bruise. Bruise. Not Halloween either, no. You're getting there, you're getting closer. Oh, Brussels sprouts. Okay, yes. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of people think they're horrible. Hubby's working from home. In fact, hubby's not very well, but he just went, yeah. He hates Brussels sprouts. I like them. I'm like you, April. I'd eat them any time. That's it, April. Well done. Christmas. Roast parsnips and Brussels sprouts are part of a traditional Christmas dinner in the UK.
Do you say also that parsnip is a forgotten veg?
No.
We say that. Oh, we say that there are parsnip and sweet potatoes also. Sweet potatoes is actually not, but they included in that group.
Mm-hmm.
And another root. that you eat that also with in a Christmas, I think. They call it forgotten vegetable.
The forgotten vegetables. Okay, I've never heard of that term, forgotten veg. Okay. Does that mean that people don't eat it anymore? Is that what it's trying to say?
There was a time that, and now they wanted to encourage people again to eat that, because it was once a period that nobody eat that anymore, and now it's again, because it is hype now, shiny. It's traditional food, indigenous indigenous food. It is coming
Local
again.
food, yes. No, I'd not heard that those were forgotten veg. I mean, sometimes people try to reintroduce these vegetables, to reintroduce something, to make it popular again. I mean, there was a big hoo-ha-ha about what we call, now what do they call, heritage. Oh, sorry, I just hit my microphone. Heritage vegetables, okay? Heritage fruit and heritage veg. So heritage vegetables and heritage fruit. Any idea what they might mean? Okay, I think it's along the lines of what you were saying, April, forgotten fruit and veg. It's the sort of, it's not so much the fruit, it's the kinds of fruit and veg that were grown in the past that are no longer grown commercially because maybe they don't crop as well, maybe they grow misshapen. And people are trying to reintroduce these heritage vegetables. That's why you'll see purple carrots now in the UK in the supermarkets. They're what they call a heritage, and yellow carrots too. They're what they call a heritage vegetable, the way carrots used to look in the past. So yes, you've got this heritage fruit and heritage veg idea as well. So of those lists, of that list, which is your favourite vegetable on the list? And which is your least favourite? Which one makes you go like hubby did? Nah. So type it up here. Type up your favourite. From the list. And your least favourite. Okay, that's all you've got to eat, April. Okay, imagine you can eat one thing from that list. Which one would you choose, reluctantly? Your favourite is cabbage. Okay, a cabbage, but as a meal, would you like some cabbage? Yeah. So, Nina, in front of you, you've got a box with 2 cabbages in. But once it becomes food on your plate, we just suddenly make it uncountable and it becomes cabbage. Would you like some cabbage? So, parsnip, your favourite. Then pumpkin is your least favourite, April, or your next favourite?
My next favorite.
Okay,
My next
okay.
favorite.
Which one wouldn't you eat? No matter, even if you were starving, which one wouldn't you eat?
What is number 8 again, Lynn? 8 is
Number
fennel. Anna,
8.
yeah.
Fennel,
I
yeah.
will take fennel then.
Okay. You
Because
don't like-
some of them I didn't know. What is number 10 again? 10 is celery. Is that celery?
Celery, yeah.
Oh,
Celery.
I thought that it was artichoke. Is that the same, Lin, or not?
Artichoke isn't the
Celery.
same as a celery, no.
Looks like, no?
No, not really. Not if I showed you an artichoke in its uncooked form. In its your favourite is potato. Ah, but the potato isn't there. There's Abu. The potato isn't on the list. Yeah. As I said, you've got to choose something that's in the list. Okay. Let me find you a picture of an artichoke.
What? Why is pompon? That is number 5. Is a pompon? Pumpkin? Oh, sorry. Pumpkin.
It's what?
Chicory. Chicory, I think.
Chicory.
No, chicory is the...
Chicory. Chicory.
Like chick.
No,
chicory.
that's not chicory. Chicory, I still have that in my fridge at this moment. Last week we ate too much chicory, and now I said no more chicory.
Okay, so now I'm bringing you a picture of celery. Okay, so that first picture is artichoke, and the second picture is a celery. They're nothing like each other. Once you've cooked an artichoke, you might think it looks a little bit more like a celery, but I wouldn't say. Oh, by the way, celery is another one that is uncountable. Would you like some celery? Would you like a stick of celery? But would you like some celery? Okay.
I would like to prove celery, but celery roof. Oh, it's the same.
What do you
No.
mean, number 10 and number 12?
Number 10. No, number 10. Number 10. I never see that before. Here in
Celeriac,
Brazil.
yeah,
I don't know.
celeriac as they call it. It's not
Celeriac.
something, I don't use it very often. I might put it into a soup. But celery, that is something I have in salad, raw celery. Celeriac I wouldn't cook, I wouldn't eat raw, I would only cook it. Okay.
It looks like so delicious. I think the flavor is similar onion, but more light. Yeah.
No, it's the actual taste of celeriac is like celery, but a milder celery taste. But I'm not sure if it is actually. I don't think it's related to celery. But it's a more popular vegetable than it was. But celery grows above the ground and celeriac is a root vegetable. Okay? So there is a difference in how you grow it. So, as far as I know, celeriac is a root veg and celery grows above the ground. And I don't think they're even related, but I might be wrong. I'm not a botanist. Okay, they're the members of the same family of veg, but the celeriac is not the root of the celery plant, but they are members of the same family. Okay, your favourite is beetroot. Okay, Abu. Oh,
I don't like it.
I like beetroot, but it's
Okay.
not my favourite.
Yeah, it's not my. I don't like. They are taste like ground. I don't know, and it's so red, and the taste is no good for me.
Well, when I eat it, I don't eat a whole beetroot. I either eat it very thinly sliced or in small chunks in a salad. Again, it's not something I eat warm. But I actually like it in a quiche or in a salad. It's very nice. Okay. But no, it's not my favourite. My favourite on that list is actually sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes, I really do. And then I would say, following that, cauliflower, then fennel I like, leeks I like, Brussels sprouts I like, and then maybe parsnips if I have to. Marrow I don't like.
No, I
Chicory,
like.
yeah, chicory I'm not fond of. Celeriac I'm not fond of. Turnip I'm not fond of. And chard, bleh. And cabbage, chard and cabbage. I'm not very good with my green leafy vegetables. Welcome back, Aladdin. Still no white dot though. Oh, still no white dot.
I'm a little bit confused about Brussels. I think it's mini
Brussels.
cabbage. Brussels. I
Brussels
think for
sprouts.
me it's mini. Yeah, I think it's mini cabbage.
No,
Yeah. No,
no.
it's look like the same.
Yeah, it does look like a very miniature version of a cabbage, but
Yeah.
if you see them
Yes.
growing, you'll see how they grow on stalks. Okay.
Okay.
So let me show you again. I'll see if this works. This is a a stalk of Brussels sprouts, whereas a cabbage grows on its own, just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But sprouts go along a
Oh,
stalk. Aren't they cute?
oh, it's so cute.
Yeah. My mum used to grow Brussels sprouts. She had an allotment, and she would grow them. But they were never as nice as the ones you get in the shops, because they always, when she harvested them, they were always slightly open. And I like them tight closed. I like the little ones because they're sweeter, tight closed. But there you go. My mum was very good at feeding us. You didn't know what, April?
Me too.
Me neither.
That Brussels sprout grow is in stalk. Stalk? How
Have
do
you
say
never
that?
seen them
Stalk?
in the shop? Yeah, stalk.
No.
Oh, you can buy them like that. Because, of course, if you buy them like that, they tend to be a bit fresher. You don't cook them like that. You have to take them off the stalk to cook
Oh.
them. But you can
Oh,
buy
okay.
them on the stalk. Yeah, sprouts on the stalk. You pay more, of course, which is silly, but that's life.
It is sometimes so cheap in the winter, the Brussels sprout. Only €1 for the whole kilo.
Yes,
Oh, that's yeah.
it's a bargain. I think if you know when the seasons are, now we'd say when it's winter vegetables and it is winter, we say that's a seasonal vegetable. They're not cheap there. Well, again, are they grown there? If they're not grown there, they tend to be more expensive because you have transportation costs, storage costs, imported food, yes. So what's cheap in the country of origin, it's bound to be more expensive unless there's been a glut. Now, do you know what I mean if I say a glut? A glut of something. It means too much has been produced. So if you have a glut of Brussels sprouts, then you might be tempted to sell them more cheaply just to get rid of them. Okay? It's a glut. Too much.
Glad you supply something. It's like that.
Sorry, Nina. Can you...
Glut is when you supply of something like that and very much greater, then you can sold or you can sold. Is it?
Yeah, you reduce the price because you've got too much. You've got an excess. Yeah? If you have an excess
Yeah.
of something. And then you might
Yeah.
sell it off. Okay? So there's a glut of potatoes on the market. The price of potatoes will fall. There's a glut of coffee. The price of coffee will fall. The opposite of a glut is a shortage. Okay. So the opposite. Oh, hang on, can't do it. A shortage. The problem we have in the UK, I don't know if it's the same in your countries, whenever there's a shortage of something, the price always goes up, but it never comes back down. Never. Even if there's a glut the next year, the price... Yeah, is it the same with you, Shiny? It's unfair, isn't it? It's unfair. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of reading, I think. And let's read about sweet potatoes. So, a little bit of the history of sweet potatoes to start with. I don't think Abu's got voice still, so, because Abu was the first in world. But I think the next person who spoke to me was actually, let me just check. Oh, there's been a lot of chat today. Oh, the first thing was the bees. The bees spoke to me first. It was Nina. It was Nina. No, it wasn't. It was April. So, April. If you would like to read the first part of the text, okay?
Okay. Sweet potatoes and the more familiar spot potatoes were both brought over to Europe by the first explorers in the Tudor era. Whereas the common potato was treated with deep suspicion due to its close relationship to the poisonous nightshades, the sweet potato was treated as a delicacy from the start. First brought back to Spain by Columbus, rumor has it that Henry VIII was introduced to the delight of the sweet potato by his Spanish wife, Catherine of Aragon, and could eat over 20 in one sitting. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot,
I
isn't
ate
it?
only the half of the half of sweet potatoes is enough for me. That's why that
Absolutely.
he became so sick, Ellen.
That's why he became
Henry
so
VIII.
fat. So
Yeah.
so heavy, yes. If you look at him in portraits when he was younger, quite a fit-looking young man, and then later in his age, I think too many sweet potatoes. Okay, very good. Just the one. Okay. Rumour, not rumour or rumeur. Rumour.
Okay, a rumor. That's much easier than what I
yeah,
what I have tried to say.
I don't think even I can pronounce it. Rumeur. It's very French. Rumeur. No, just I heard a rumour. Okay, very good. Well done.
Okay, rumor.
Okay, so now it's Nina's turn. So Nina,
Okay.
if you would like to. Now, I'm sorry about this. There's a little bit of oldie English in here. Do your best. Think about how they might have said it in Shakespearean times. Okay.
Okay, I will try.
Sorry.
After his divorce from Catherine, the supply of sweet potatoes from Spain dried up, and so it's said that Henry VIII offered land and gold to the gardener who called ground then here. Whether there is truth to the rumor remains to be seen. The first definitive account of sweet potatoes in England comes from Gerard's rare ball in 1597, who speaks of its favorite ball, um, howsoever, oh, I don't know, howsoever they be dressed, they comfort, nourished, and strengthen the body. Oh
Very
gosh.
good. Well done. Yeah,
Oh
howsoe'er,
gosh.
howsoe'er they be
Sorry.
dressed. Well done. No, well done.
Howsoever.
That's it.
Okay, howsoever. I think it's Spanish.
Now,
Spanish word.
it's
No.
oldie
Oh.
English. It's how they spoke back
Oh.
then. Okay, L
Okay.
instead. It would mean however now. Nowadays we'd say however they're prepared, they comfort, nourish and strengthen the body. They're good for you. Okay,
Okay.
let's have a look at the words first. The first is the supply. Supply.
Supply.
Yes, you've got
Like Hand Supply, I think is the band. Hand Supply. I don't know.
don't know, but supply. You try to get the lie. Can you
Supply.
say lie? Lie?
Lie.
Yeah, supply.
Supply.
Yeah, like lie, ply, supply. Okay,
Supply.
that's
Okay.
it. Much better. Then those funny little Roman numerals you get after the names of kings and queens. We always say the. So we've got Queen Elizabeth I on the throne at the moment. The second, sorry. I'm not that old. Queen Elizabeth II on the throne at the moment. So we'd say Henry VIII. It's always the. Okay, so Henry VIII.
Henry the Eighth.
That's it. I'm Henry VIII.
Okay.
I am Henry VIII. I am. Then to grow. To grow, not ow.
To grow.
That's it. Yeah, to grow.
Grow.
And then a herbal. A herbal.
Herbal.
Yes, before we
Like
had
okay.
pharmaceuticals, people wrote herbals and grimoires. Grimoires were books of sort of magic, if you like. If you had a wart, you'd rub it with a dandelion under the full moon or something like that. And herbals were how to prepare plants for medicinal purposes. Okay, so he wrote a herbal means it was written in order to help people cure illnesses and diseases. Okay.
Like
But Lindy,
medicinal
here is
herbal.
with two L's. Herbal.
Yes. Again, that was herbal. That's the oldie English herbal. You might have seen it written like this as well. Spelling back in those days wasn't as fixed as it is now. Okay, so you got herbal, okay, or herbal. Nowadays you'd see it written that last one, herbal, single L, no E. Okay.
So it's herbs for medicine.
Yes.
Used in medicine.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
book
okay,
on
okay.
herbs used in medicine. Okay, you can still buy them today. I've got a copy of the Culpeper's Herbal, okay, which was printed in
Okay.
sometime 1800 something. It's very, very old, falling apart, but it's lovely. It's lovely, and there's things in there that you
Great.
really wouldn't want to eat because they are poisonous, like the deadly
Oh,
nightshade. Yeah, the deadly nightshade is an extremely. It's one of the few poisonous plants in the UK, and it is deadly. And it is related to the potato, so you can imagine. But the common potato, and if you notice, it called it the spud. Spud. Spuds. It's sort of slang for potatoes. Okay. Ooh, can I have some spuds with that? Would mean, can I have some potato with that? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's carry on. And shiny.
Oh, and this the last one. Favor.
Oh, sorry, yes, I
Favourable.
missed it. Yeah. Favor.
Yeah.
Okay, so favourable. Yeah, that's an adjective. Favourable weather. A favourable result. Okay. But
Okay.
favourably is an adverb.
Oh,
Yeah,
favorably.
that's
Okay.
it. So that lee is
Thank you.
always lee. Yeah.
Lee.
And it indicates it's probably an adverb. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, good. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Shiny, are you okay to read?
Yes, please.
Okay, there's your text whenever you're ready.
Thank you. However, the sweet potato originates from the tropics and therefore cultivation in the UK was always problematic, though they produced lots of leaf. There was very little tuber. By the end of the 18th century, people had lost their suspicion of common potatoes and had seen how well they grew in our climate. Therefore, we forgot that we ever had a love affair with the sweet potato. That is until the late 20th century, when the taste of homegrown homegrown produce led some people to try again with sweet potato cultivation in the UK.
Very good. So, and I didn't know this until I read this, that in Tudor times, Henry VIII's time, people ate sweet potatoes. And it's because they had a very sweet tooth. Sugar was really expensive back then. So this potato that was slightly sweet would have probably been quite a hit because of that. Okay. Okay, so therefore I would write with an E at the end. It seems to be a typo in this text. So that was just to say therefore with an E. The next one though, problematic. Problematic. Try it.
Problematic.
That's it, yeah. Like automatic, yeah? And then climate.
Climate.
That's right. Now, we acclimatise ourselves to things. The climate is the weather, everything that happens around the weather. We tend to call it the climate. Climate change, you might have heard a lot about in the news. Climate change. It's often associated with global warming. Yeah? I prefer the term climate change, though. Okay, and then homegrown produce, because we're talking about the produce. If you look again, here we've got some cabbages, and over there there's a truck. So let me take the cabbages to the truck, and I'll put them next to the pumpkins. Okay, and they're ready to be loaded on the truck to be sold because they are produce. What's been produced on the farm. Okay, so to produce the produce. Can you hear the slight difference?
Produce the produce.
Perfect, well done. It's like to present the present. It's that kind of thing. You have to just practice to get used to that weird pronunciation. Okay? You're welcome. Oh, poor Aladdin's he's in and out like a yo-yo. Okay, so. Everybody got to read, which is good. Abu can't read, but if you have a look here, you can read a little bit more about what's happening with the sweet potato. They're trying to grow it at a place called Hampton Court, which is a royal palace. Okay. Now, one word in there was the tuber. You kind of you paused for that one. You pronounced it perfectly, but I was a bit wary. Do you know what it means? A tuber. Any idea?
Root.
Root. Yes, exactly. It's the thick part of the root. Not all tubers are edible, okay? But the tuber is the thickening part of the root of a particular kind of plant, okay? Now, don't confuse it with tuber. Tuber, does anybody know what a tuber is? Same pronunciation, different spelling. Would you eat
It's a music instrument.
Yes.
No?
That's it. It's a wind instrument, a tuba, in a brass band. You might play the tuba, so don't confuse them. Don't try to play one and eat the other. Okay, so any questions? Welcome back, Aladdin.
Welcome back, Aladdin. Can I say pumpkin, Cinderella pumpkins, because
Yeah, Cinderella's
it's
pumpkin.
the common name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're called that because what did the fairy turn the pumpkin into? Can anybody remember? You remember your fairy stories?
A chart? No, what do you say it? A chart?
Cinderella.
Do you know the chart, Lynn? A carriage.
A carriage, yeah. You might say chariot,
carriage,
but
yeah.
a carriage, yes.
Carriage.
A pumpkin carriage, yeah. With 6 white mice to pull it. And I think it was newts or frogs were turned into the coachman. You could also say a coach. Okay, a coach. And 6 white horses.
I didn't know that the sweet potatoes is already known in Europe as so long.
I didn't
I
either.
I think it is from the modern time when everything was globalized. Yeah, everyone.
Well,
you sent it everywhere.
There was a kind of globalization back then because there was so much exploring going on. People wanted to find new lands and new resources that it was almost like a mini globalization, but it was slow because of transport and communication. Modern globalization scares people because it happens, the change happens so quickly. You know, half an hour and you're across the other side of the world. 5 seconds and you're speaking with somebody from the other side of the world. But globalization's been around a long time. Okay. Thanks for that, Nina. I've no idea. April?
Yeah. Rouge vive the dame. Rouge vive
Oh
the
gosh.
dame.
The dam. Roche with the dam.
The
The dam.
Rouge is red.
The dame.
Rouge.
Oh gosh.
Aber détente?
Rouge.
I don't know.
The dam.
What does détente mean, April? Détente.
I think is it to stamp? No, mash? To mash?
To mash could be.
What is that? What was that about? Yeah.
Oh, it's a kind of potato by the looks of it, but it's a little bit it's a French variety of pumpkin. It's pumpkin. There you go.
Yeah, it's pumpkin. It's pumpkin. It's no common name for the pumpkin. I don't know what's the orangey, but it's the pumpkin. But I can't say how can pronounce this. Roche, fiv the stump.
Okay,
I don't know.
it literally translates as bright red prince. Bright red prince, according to Google Translate.
Okay. Bright red thing.
But remember, you can always go to Google, type it in, and then click in the Google Translate, and you can listen to it.
Rouge vive des guillemets simples inversés et tempe.
Oh!
And it is about pumpkin.
Yeah, seemingly it's a variety of pumpkin. Vegetables and
it's
fruit
the
come in
pumpkin.
varieties.
Cinderella pumpkin.
Yeah. There you go. I just played that. Do play that Rouge Vif de Temps in Google Translate. It's not. You don't get what you think you'd get. It's weird. That is so strange.
Rouge vif des guillemets simples inversés étampes.
Do that. Go to Google Translate, literally cut and paste that in, and it does not say what you've just posted in. It's much, much longer. It's weird. We do use rouge a lot in English. Yes, rouge is often used for makeup that you put on your cheeks to make them look as if you're blushing. Yeah, we call it blusher or rouge. Okay.
The Google couldn't translate it
No,
as well.
it's not.
No, it's EIF, ED, step. No,
Yeah,
no,
I know.
no, good.
That's
No.
weird.
Rouge EIF. Oh gosh.
I'm like, that's not what I've written. Silly Google, silly Google. Anyway,
Never
just
mind.
for the last couple
Anyway.
of minutes then, if there's no more questions, if you notice here, okay, come and have a look around here. We've expanded our farm a little bit, and as members of the group, you should be able to interact with this part of the farm. Come and water the plants. Be careful of the bees. Okay, look after the chickens.
Hi,
Okay,
chickens.
yeah.
I love chicken, but not to eat.
No, I
To
like
make-
chickens. I like eggs. I like, as you know, I do eat meat. So now I'm not quite 100% certain how it works, but there's a wood oven. There's some places where we need to plant things. We can plant carrots, onions, peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, otherwise known as aubergines, and strawberries. I'm going to plant strawberries. Okay. So just have a little click on things and play around with it. You'll have to water
Nothing
things as
happened,
well.
I want to put more water here in this
Okay.
container, but
So-
there is no water in.
Well, if you click on the well, okay, and then you click on the bucket, and the bucket will follow you.
Ah, okay. I think I just have to click on
No, it's a little
on
bit
the,
more than
on
that.
the command. Oh, I have to work to
I'm afraid
to
so.
do some efforts.
But have a play with it. It's good fun. I don't think we can break it. And you have to go and fetch wood. And you have to water the trees. And the trees will die if we don't water them. There you go. You have to feed the plants as well. And it will tell you when you haven't got something, and then you have to go and find it. Okay. Oh, I've got to go and get another water bucket. Hang on. Ah, no. And you have to feed the chickens. So there's quite a bit of work to do here, I'm afraid. And you have to plant the hay. And the corn. So if you have any questions, ask on the forum. It is nice, isn't it? It's actually from Satyr Farm. Okay, and if you've got your own land, you can also build this yourself, or you can just come and play with this here. And but as I say, be careful going near the bees. They get quite angry. Oh no, bees! I'm being attacked. Hang on. Ah, run away, run away. There's also a kitchen, and you can do some cooking, but you can only cook what products you've got, okay? And there's a little brewery here as well. And again, you have to have the products to add it to the brewery. And we can even make some wine, but we have to have the grapes before we can actually make.
A lot of work here.
It's a lot of work, yes.
Yeah.
But that's what.
That is good.
Well, exactly. It's sometimes we forget how much work is involved in getting our food onto our plates, and this is just clicking. Imagine if we had to carry it and dig it and weed it and everything else. There's a lot more work than just clicking on something to do. Although maybe with robots it will get more like that.
I would like to live in the kind of way. I don't like industry. Things,
So
products,
you'd like to live in a small, what we'd call a small holding, yeah?
Yeah, small farmer. Plant
Yeah,
my
we tend to
food,
call them.
the back garden.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
call that a small holding, and you'd like to be independent, yeah? Or off the grid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a tough life. There's no holidays involved.
Yeah. Yeah, off of grid. Yeah, yeah, exactly that point.
I'm going to be lazy, and I'm going to put auto watering on some of these, because I doubt I'll remember between week to week what to do. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the session. Next week, different topic probably, but if you have any questions, then do ask on the forum. Abu, I hope we can speak in TGIF. I hope your mic will work there. There is a link in the forum to help with setting up voice for Kitely and Second Life. I'd be interested if you can get it to work. Let me just do voice issues Second Life and voice mentors. Here you are. So here's the link here. Okay, getting started with voice. You're welcome, April. You're welcome. And as I say, you can get a copy of this if you wanted to plant it on your land and turn your land into a small holding. Because it is free. Creative Commons free.
But then I have to do a lot of those things alone, Lynn.
Yes,
In
I'm
my
afraid
land.
so.
Nobody come help me.
You'd be all on your own. Or you can come here and
Yeah.
just next week I will be asking everybody. I don't
I
think
will
it,
enjoy.
Yeah.
I will enjoy and
Good.
see. And work for you. I will work for you.
Okay, well hopefully we'll
But I
get some
can't
lovely.
pay you, yeah, Nina?
No, no,
I
for,
can't
for
pay
free.
For
No,
free?
for free.
Okay.
Yeah. free.
Awesome, awesome.
I will help you.
Lovely job. Lovely. Okay. Well, you take care then, and if Shiny, if you're watching this, bye. I think you crashed. Oh dear. But never mind. It happens, I'm afraid. Take care, everybody. I'll be in TGIF later. If not, have a lovely weekend. Bye. Bye, Nina. Bye, Abu. Bye, April. Take care.
Bye bye. Take care.